Hello lads and lasses, and welcome to another episode of Prehistory Profile. I want to thank you all for the support on the first episode. It's clear that people want to see more of this series, and I've already planned more episodes. I am also going to try and improve the way I make these, because whilst I am happy with the result of the Altus video, there are definitely things that could have been done better. Anyway, today's episode will be on a fairly small animal that was pretty important for the knowledge of a certain group, and in a way for dinosaurs in general. This is Prehistory Profile, Beipiaosaurus. Beipiaosaurus was a small theropod dinosaur about 2.2 meters in length, 7.2 feet, estimated to be around 0.9 meters or 3 feet tall at the hip, and weighed somewhere between 45 to 91 kilograms, or 99 to 201 pounds. The animal is classed as a therizinosauroid, more basal than its larger relatives, considered a link between earlier theropods and the therizinosaurids. One example of this is it possessing the usual 3 toes of theropods rather than the 4-toed like its descendants, the therizinosaurids. It is known from the Yixian formation and lived during the late Barremian to early Aptian stages during the early Cretaceous in what is now the Liaoning province in China about 125 million years ago. Just a heads up, because this episode talks about China, because it's a Chinese dinosaur, expect some terrible pronunciations. Alright. The animal lived with many other prehistoric creatures, with the basal ceratopsian Psittacosaurus and the potentially venomous dromaeosaur Sinornithomimus probably being some of its more well-known contemporaries. In 1996, Li Yingxian, a local farmer, discovered theropod dinosaur bones in the vicinity of Sihetun village. 3 years later, in 1999, Chinese paleontologists, Zhu Xing, Tang Zilu, and Wang Xiaoling, again, attack me in the comments if these are terrible pronunciations, described it and gave it the name Beipiaosaurus inexpectus, meaning Beipiao lizard sus reptile, named after the city of Beipiao, close to where it was found, whilst the dinosaur's unexpected traits gave rise to the species name of inexpectus. Disjointed parts of the limbs, spine, and skull were still present in the holotype specimen, but perhaps the most important discovery from this find was evidence of filaments attached to the 4 limbs, which were believed to be feathers. Later on, in 2009, 2 more specimens were discovered. The first of these fossils showed off a complete skull, neck, and most importantly, direct evidence of feathers preserved around the head, neck, and as previously mentioned, the 4 limbs. This made the 3 feet tall Beipiaosaurus the largest known dinosaur to possess feathers until the discovery of Uteranus in 2012. The large and robust build of the head with a short neck also showed that it was more specialized for its feeding habits or potentially diet, though it was still herbivorous. As for popular culture, whilst Beipiaosaurus doesn't have many appearances, it is instrumental to the depiction of its much more famous cousin, Therizinosaurus. Examples of this include Therizinosaurus often being depicted with a large coat of feathers, usually with a big bushy tail. There is no evidence for this, and it is unlikely considering how large the animal was, and that would probably cause it to overheat. It might have only possessed basic feathering, if at all. Another example of this is the head of Therizinosaurus in the media. No skull material from the animal has been found, and Beipiaosaurus is often used as the base for therizinosaurid heads in general, with Beipiaosaurus is more triangular head serving as inspiration for therizinosaurid heads in fiction. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Prehistory Profile. I certainly did, even though it did end up a bit shorter than I was expecting. Beipiaosaurus is an animal I knew I wanted to talk about for a while, and I am pretty happy with the result of this video. I've also tried editing the audio to be a bit better than last time. Hopefully it's worked, but if you have any criticisms, please let me know. I hope you lovely people will have a nice day, and I am currently deciding what the next profile will be on. If you have any suggestions, please put them in the comments below. Goodbye.